So is it better to start in small little increments?
It's super important to start in slow increments for another variety of reasons too. So when you get started too fast, too soon, you generally don't build any habits, right? They become these short-term fixes. Now, I can go and run sprints till I'm blue in the face and lift weights and get in phenomenal shape in a pretty short period of time. But it's the double-edged sword, right? The better in shape I get, the harder it is to burn calories. They use the example of running for an hour was 983 calories. Maybe when you haven't started exercising, you go and you run for an hour, you might even burn more than that. But if you're in shape and trained, it's not going to be 983 calories, even if you ran that hour. And we know that from various different physiological reasons we don't really have to get into. I noticed that they also said it's better to start cutting unnecessary calories, right? So getting started in the kitchen and building some of those healthy eating habits, right? So not drinking sodas, not eating anything that's processed and things like that. That's easily going to start developing some processes, some habits that are going to make you successful in the long term, right?
So those are great points.
Slow and steady.
Yeah. So technology, let's talk a little bit about that. There's a lot of cool gadgets out there, a lot of apps and stuff that we can use that are supposedly help us get to our goals. What do you think about all these apps and fitness trackers and things like that? Can they actually help? Is it a good idea to get one?
Whatever motivates you, whatever gets you going. I think the applications are an incredible tool if you're able to use them and if you're tech savvy. And it gives you something to beat, right? So if I walked 10,000 steps, I can walk 10,005 the next time, and 11,000. And it gives you somebody to compete with that's not somebody else, it's yourself. So I think that's a really important aspect, being able to have something to look back on and see where you were. And it gives you something to look back on too when you were very successful, right? Because there's gonna be those, it's a roller coaster, right? This health and fitness journey, when you start to make these changes, is a roller coaster. You're gonna have your ups, you're gonna have your downs. But when you have your ups and you're being really successful and you're able to track all of that, when you have a down, it gives you something to look back on and be, hey, what was I doing when I was most successful? And that can generally spark some interest or an idea to remind you what you need to do.